Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB and today is the 23rd of June 2025 and unfortunately guys, the prices of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies has fallen down miserably and the only explanation is because of drama going on between Israel and Iran and the interference of United States of America, isn't it? And President Donald Trump, guys, he definitely does not want Iran to have nuclear weapons and looks like he's taking an aggressive stance regarding it. Now it's going to be really interesting to see guys what happens to the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Now historically when you talk about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, they have always fallen down when there was uncertain times, particularly during Russia and Ukraine, and even during pandemic the prices of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies did actually go down. But look guys, so far as my understanding is concerned, President Donald Trump is only asking them not to focus on nuclear weapons, and if that thing gets solved guys, I'm pretty much sure the prices of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies will be pumping up once again. Now unfortunately it looks like Ethereum has hit the most, so we'll definitely go ahead and take a deep dive into this. But on a positive side guys, the state of Texas is definitely a massive advocate of Bitcoin, and the governor, that is Greg Abbott, did actually sign the bill to make Bitcoin an official reserve. So what I'll do guys in today's episode, I'll go ahead and give out some teeny tiny details regarding that particular bill. And it's needless to say guys, Republican states are definitely advocates of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, isn't it? Now we do have some interesting development all the way from the Security and Exchange Commission from Thailand, and they are seeking public consultation on proposed rules. So what I'd really recommend you to do is guys, in the show notes below there is an official document, and if you're an expert guys, you definitely need to go ahead and share your thoughts and opinion. And so far as Dubai's Financial Services Regulatory Authority is concerned, they also asked for public opinion. So what I'll do guys in today's episode, I'll go ahead and discuss what this news is all about regarding Thailand. Now unfortunately guys, the country of Norway is not a fan of Bitcoin mining, and they are putting forward ban on new mining operations. So we'll definitely go ahead and discuss what this news is all about. And Reuters has actually reported that Norway plans to introduce a temporary ban on new data mining centers. Definitely unfortunate news if you want to go ahead and start up your operations over there. Now the funny news guys is more to do with licensing, and Coinbase, they have decided to take an aggressive stance in MiCA. They have decided to make a move in Europe, and they have actually secured a MiCA license approval from Luxembourg. So in today's episode we'll definitely go ahead and take a deep dive into this. So we have quite a lot of interesting things to cover guys in today's episode, and like we do in every Crypto and Coffee Date series, we will be looking at two news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. Now the first news is a really interesting one, and the University of Dubai guys, along with AURF, they are launching the first Arab initiative in academic research in AI technologies. So we'll definitely go ahead and discuss what this news is all about. And earlier today guys, while I was surfing through Instagram, I did actually see a story that talked about Dubai Future Foundations. They are launching a program for teenagers between the age of 13 and 17. So it is definitely worth looking into. But this particular cohort guys is not necessarily connected to technology as such. They're definitely focusing on artificial intelligence, even blockchain technology, but they're focusing on other areas as well. That is wearable devices, general climate conditions, and quite a lot of other. Now the second news guys I'm going to be touching about has to do with artificial intelligence, but this is connected to Humain, and the Saudi Crown Prince is also involved in this, isn't it? And the news essentially is that Saudi Arabia firm Humain, they have launched a new division for gaming and media. So really interesting move in my honest opinion. So we have quite a lot of interesting things to cover guys in today's episode. Let's kickstart with it right away. Thank you to our sponsors for being part of the Blockchain DXB journey. Firstly, Advanced Media. Advanced Media guys is the largest distributor of professional video, photo, broadcast and cinematic equipment and accessories in the Middle East and MENA region. With over 2 decades of experience, Advanced Media is now the largest distributor in the Middle East, representing more than 100 recognizable brands, including brands such as Zeiss, DJI, Hasselblad, Red and Rode. As a matter of fact guys, the very mic that I'm recording is being sponsored by Advanced Media as well, and Advanced Media has showrooms in Saudi Arabia and services as well. Looks like they're definitely taking the Middle East by storm. And here's the beautiful thing guys, they're taking corporate social responsibility very seriously, and they're focusing on 3 P's, that is people, planet and prosperity. Now listen guys, if you do want to find out more information regarding the statement of corporate social responsibility, check out the website, that is www.amt.tv. And here's the beautiful thing guys, they also want to be a leader and set an example and reputation as a pioneer and member of the community And in doing so, guys, they also have an AMT scholarship with SAE Institute in Dubai, UAE. So definitely check it out. And also, guys, Advanced Media is committed to persistently developing, organizing, and hosting training workshops, seminars, and community events that educate, inform, and familiarize consumers with new equipment and the latest technological advances. So listen, guys, do one thing. If you do want to support this channel, go to the website, that is www.amt.tv, and follow the social media channels as well. All of the details are in the show notes below. Next, Startup OI is global one-tech platform for tech. It offers global high-paying tech jobs with flexibility in working time and location, global free tech events, and tech networks to connect with global like-minded engineers. A brilliant platform to listen to the tech experts in Metaverse and to grab their insights. Now listen, all you have to do is download the app Startup OI. If you're using an Android version, go to Google Store and App Store for iOS devices. Alternatively, you can also click on the show notes below to download Startup OI. Next, guys, listen, if you're into fitness, if you're into adventure, if you want to do something wild but still want to keep your health in check, there is a new podcast in town, a podcast focusing on obstacle course race in the Middle East. The podcast is called the Race Pace Podcast. So check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And the Race Pace Podcast is a peer-to-peer community-driven podcast where they talk all about obstacle course race in the Middle East, from Sandstorm to Spartan Race, from Tough Mudder to Desert Warrior Challenge, and also the Government Gov Games, and quite a lot more. The podcast has interviews with athletes locally and internationally to get inside scoop on how athletes prepare for obstacle course race. In the podcast, they also talk about interesting stories on why they are motivated to do obstacle course race. And that's not all. They also plan to release 7 NFTs. And these NFTs are no ordinary. These NFTs will represent every emirate in the UAE. And listen, guys, these NFTs are going to be absolutely massive. So do one thing. Go to Spotify, go to iTunes, go to any leading podcasting platform. Check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And finally, guys, not your keys, not your crypto. If you have dabbled with cryptocurrencies and now are seriously getting to protect your cryptocurrencies, there is no better way to protect it by using a hardware wallet. And this is where Ledger Wallet kicks in. And Ledger Wallets are hardware cryptocurrency wallets made by Ledger, a company headquartered in Paris, France. And Ledger's hardware wallets are multi-currency wallets that are used to store private keys for cryptocurrencies offline. And Ledger offers 2 hardware wallets, the Ledger Nano and Ledger Nano X wallets. They are world-class experts with extensive crypto security backgrounds. They continuously look for vulnerabilities in Ledger products in a constant effort to improve the level of security. Now, in today's world, securing these digital assets is a critical challenge, and this is where Ledger kicks in. So click the link below to buy your hardware wallet and support this podcast. It is a brilliant way to support this podcast. So what are you waiting for? The link is in the show notes below. Now, guys, since you've taken care of that, let's kickstart by looking at the global cryptocurrency market. Now, unfortunately, guys, what happened over the weekend is definitely not looking good for the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Now, because I talk about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, guys, I don't want to get into political chaos that is currently going on. But unfortunately, guys, because of that, the prices of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies have fallen down. And this begs this question, guys. Bitcoin was created as a hedge against war and inflation, isn't it? But during uncertain times, the prices of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies do actually fall down. Now, really, I'm not sure if gold prices have been picking up pace. And Peter Schiff, guys, is a massive advocate of gold. He's actually advocating that stablecoin should be backed by gold rather than US dollars. This, to be honest, to a certain extent does make a lot of sense, isn't it? So what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, try to follow Peter Schiff. He's definitely a massive detractor of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies as such, but whatever he's saying does make a lot of sense, particularly because he's a massive advocate of gold. Now, if you look at the global cryptocurrency snapshot, today it is at $3.23 trillion, and since the last 24 hours, it is actually down by 2.90%. And check this out, guys. The ETF inflow since the last 24 hours is actually negative, and it is actually down by minus $4.9 million. So it looks like since the last 24 hours, there is a lot of outflows, isn't it? And if you look at the global cryptocurrency market volume since the last 24 hours, it is at a staggering $159 billion. Now here's the thing, guys. If the volume is over the $100 billion, but if the price is actually going down, It just means that people are panicking and a lot of them are converting their cryptocurrencies either into stable coins or they're converting it into fiat currency, isn't it? And unfortunately, guys, if you look at the volume of stable coins, the numbers are definitely not great, which just means since the last 24 hours, a lot of the people are actually converting the cryptocurrencies onto fiat currencies. This, to be honest, is definitely not a positive sign, isn't it? Let's see, guys, maybe in the next few days, there might be some interesting move by President Donald Trump, because he definitely wants the world economy to be in right place, isn't it? And I'm pretty much sure, guys, things will definitely be looking good this particular week. If not this week, then in the next few weeks, things will definitely be coming down. Now, going back to the global cryptocurrency snapshot, guys, the volume of decentralized finance is at $18.64 billion, and DeFi as of today is accounting for 8.07% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. And unfortunately, guys, the total value locked has fallen down since the last 24 hours, and to date is down to $104.53 billion, and decentralized exchange dominance to date is at 48.27%. Now, one matrix, guys, which I'm looking since the last 6 weeks, that is to do with real world asset total value locked, and that particular matrix is exactly the same, and to date is at $12.57 billion. So it looks like the narrative regarding tokenization, particularly real world assets, is definitely staying strong despite what is going on in the geopolitical world. Now, talking about real world asset tokenization, guys, tomorrow via LinkedIn I'm actually going live at 7 p.m. Gulf Standard Time, and I'm going to be talking about everything regarding tokenization. We'll go and discuss what is tokenization, how tokenization works, the different steps to tokenization, and we'll also go and discuss why is Dubai leading so far as tokenization is concerned. Because since the last few weeks, guys, there is a lot of development taking place, particularly with real world assets and tokenization, and a lot of the companies that are focusing on tokenizations are actually setting up the offices in Dubai. And just last week, guys, Dubai's Financial Services Regulatory Authority, they do have a sandbox where they're inviting firms that are connected to tokenizations. So we'll definitely go and touch base on all of these things. And maybe tomorrow, guys, I will be having a guest who's the CEO of Lomi Share. And if he's available, he might go and share his opinion regarding tokenization. So if you are connected on LinkedIn, guys, please feel free to go and join in. But nonetheless, I'll go and release it as a standalone episode as well. Now let's quickly run through the volume of decentralized exchanges, because unfortunately, guys, the numbers of decentralized exchanges have also fallen down. But if you look at decentralized exchange dominance, it is kind of consistent at 48.27%. Now the number one, guys, is PancakeSwap, but its volume today is almost half of what it was last Thursday. Today the 24-hour volume is $5.25 billion. Uniswap, guys, is at number second, and its 24-hour volume is at $2.90 billion. Aerodrome is at number third, and its 24-hour volume is $566.98 million. Radium is at number fourth. Its 24-hour volume is $489.03 million. Hyperliquid, guys, is at number fifth, and its 24-hour volume is $428.91 million. Now let's quickly run to the market cap of stablecoins, because since the last 24 hours, guys, the market cap of stablecoins is definitely pumped up. It used to be relatively consistent around the $250 billion mark, but since the last 72 hours, the market cap of stablecoins has pumped up by well over 10%, and it is currently at $271.9 billion. Now, so far as the 24-hour volume is concerned, Tether USDT is still leading the pack with $95.75 billion, followed by Circle USDC at $12.84 billion, and NEFD is at number third, and its 24-hour volume is $6.90 billion. Now, to be completely honest, guys, I would have been content if the volume of USDT is around the $130 to $140 billion mark, because that would actually mean that people are converting a lot of the cryptocurrencies onto stable coins, and they're just temporarily parking it, isn't it? Unfortunately, based on the numbers, that is not what we're experiencing since the last 72 hours. So it looks like there's a lot of panic going on, and people are actually converting a lot of the cryptocurrencies onto fiat currencies. And if you look at the market cap of Bitcoin, guys, there is a very high possibility it might actually go below the $2 trillion mark once again, because right now it is at $2.01 trillion. Ethereum, guys' market cap has fallen down well below the $300 billion mark. It is only at $271 billion. But look, guys, regarding Ethereum, we also need to factor the whole burning mechanism as well. And things are not as direct in comparison to Bitcoin, because there is a very high possibility a lot of activity is actually taking place on Ethereum. But because of the burning mechanism, guys, which I do think is a very clever and genius move, the market cap does get adjusted accordingly, and that is not the same way how Bitcoin's market cap works, isn't it? Now, if you look at the dominance of Bitcoin, guys, since the last 24 hours, it is actually up by 62.60%. And I hate saying this, guys. You don't want the dominance to be increasing when the prices are going down, when the prices are going up. And then if the dominance is increasing, it just means that people want to buy that particular coin or token, isn't it? But when the dominance is increasing and the prices are going down, it just means that people want to dump that particular coin or token. So keeping that thing in mind, I'd really like to see the dominance of Bitcoin to actually go down. Now, so far as Ethereum's dominance is concerned, today it is at 8.42%. Now, let's look at the 24-hour trading volume of Bitcoin. Today it is at $63.07 billion, whereas Ethereum's dominance is at $24.25 billion. Now, last week, guys, I was looking at a really interesting matrix that is connected to decentralized apps, isn't it? And today, what I want to do is, I want to look at a similar matrix, but I will be looking at it based on dollar value. So what I'd really urge you to do is, guys, go to dapradar.com and you can sort it based on different matrix. Last entire week, guys, I looked at something called as unique active wallet interactions because I wanted to find out how many people are actually using a particular decentralized app. But this entire week, guys, what I want to look at is the dollar value. So what I'm looking at is the top decentralized apps across all different blockchain protocols. And I'm looking at the fiat value of incoming token transfers from unique active wallet to smart contracts. And surprisingly, guys, the number one decentralized apps across all different blockchains is a dApp called as Morph. And in terms of dollar value, it is $8.95 billion. And I'm pretty much sure, guys, Morph is currently operating in more than 6 to 7 blockchains. The second one is PancakeSwap version 3. And the fiat value of incoming token transfers from unique active wallet to smart contract and PancakeSwap version 3 is at $6.89 billion. Uniswap version 3 is at number 3rd. And in terms of dollar amount, it is $5.9 billion. PancakeSwap version 1 is at number 4, and in terms of dollar amount, it is $1.59 billion. Maple, guys, is at number 5th, and in terms of dollar amount, it is $1.39 billion. Now, via dapradar.com, guys, it does not give you the time limit, but I'm definitely anticipating that these numbers are since the last 24 hours. Now, let's go and look at the king of all kings, that is Bitcoin. And the price of Bitcoin right now has crossed the $100,000 mark once again. Because yesterday, guys, on Sunday, the numbers did actually go below the $100,000 mark. But thankfully, since the last 24 hours, the numbers have actually picked up pace. And today, the price of Bitcoin, while I'm looking at it right now, is at $101,555. And there's a very high possibility, guys, by the time you're listening to the episode, this particular number would have changed drastically, isn't it? And since the last 24 hours, guys, the price of Bitcoin is down by 0.71%. And since the last 7 days, it is actually down by 5.05%. Ethereum is at $2,252. And since the last 24 hours, it is down by 0.02%. But since the last 7 days, guys, check this out. It is actually down by 14.08%. So unfortunately, since the last 7 days, things are not looking good for Ethereum or ETH, isn't it? Ripple or XRP isn't doing that great either. And the price of XRP is exactly at $2. And since the last 24 hours, it is down by 2.02%. And since the last 7 days, it is actually down by 8.70%. Now, it's going to be really interesting to see, guys, what is the next move that is actually done by Iran as well as President Donald Trump. And news such as this will directly and indirectly impact the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, isn't it? Now, on a positive note, guys, the state of Texas is definitely looking promising. And Texas Governor, that is Greg Abbott, guys, has signed Senate Bill 21, also called as SB 21. And thereby is officially authorizing the creation of Texas Strategic Bitcoin Reserve. And here's the important thing, guys. This particular reserve will be a state-managed fund that will actually hold Bitcoin as part of the state's long-term financial assets. Now, in the show notes below, guys, you will find the official details of the SB 21 bill. But let me do one thing, guys. Let me very briefly highlight what this bill is all about, because it does authorize a state-managed Bitcoin fund as a long-term asset. And this, to be honest, is a massive positive news for the state of Texas, isn't it? And it will offer legal protection. And there is something called as HB 4488. And what this does is, it does shield the reserve from being used in general state funds. And here's the thing, guys, this bill also has really strict criteria. Only Bitcoin qualifies with oversight from state officials and crypto experts. And looks like this particular bill wants to make Texas a crypto leader, isn't it? And because of Texas governor signing this bill into effect, guys, Texas now positions itself as the national leader in common crypto adoption. Now, I'm really curious to check, guys, will one of the Emirates in the United Arab Emirates do a similar move? And more importantly, guys, It is the announcement of this news that has a massive impact, isn't it? So let's stay to some news possibly coming out from the Emirates of United Arab Emirates. Now guys, let's go and discuss some news all the way from Thailand and Thailand Security and Exchange Commission, guys. They have opened a public consultation on proposed rules for utility tokens as well as issuance, and they're aiming to bring greater transparency to the crypto sector. Now the rules, guys, will require exchanges to disclose individuals connected to token issuers, thereby helping the SEC to monitor insider trading. Now this particular move is part of Thailand's broader effort to regulate the cryptocurrency industry, and this is following actions like blocking unlicensed exchanges like OKX and Bybit and waiving capital gains tax on crypto sales to licensed providers. And look, as in the show notes below, you will see a consultation paper, and the consultation follows post-insider trading scandals in Thailand and does reflect a global trend of increased scrutiny in insider activity within crypto markets. So what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, if you're an expert in this field, definitely you should be putting forward your suggestions, and I'm pretty much sure, guys, Security and Exchange Commissions all over the world, if they do file the consultation or feedback relevant, they will be implementing it, isn't it? Or else why go ahead and ask public for their opinion? Now guys, let's go ahead and discuss some news all the way from Norway. And Reuters, guys, is reporting that Norway plans to introduce a temporary ban on new data centers using power-intensive technology for cryptocurrency mining. And looks like Norway is aiming to conserve electricity for other industries. Now here's the thing, guys. This particular ban could take effect in autumn 2025, and the Ministry of Digitalization stated that government intends to limit crypto mining as much as possible. And the minister is citing high energy consumption and minimal benefits to local communities in terms of jobs or income. This, to be honest, does make a lot of sense, because the only ones who are benefited are the miners, isn't it? Maybe they should come up with a way where a certain percentage of the mining that they've won does actually go back to the state. That I do think is a genius idea. Because the last thing you want is the state to go out and ban certain minings, and who's to say the state itself might go out and start mining itself, isn't it? So definitely unfortunate and interesting news all the way from Norway. Now the final news, guys, I'm going to be talking about has to do with Coinbase, and they have secured a MiCA license from Luxembourg financial regulator, and this, guys, will allow Coinbase to offer crypto services across all 27 European member states. And this marks a major step in unifying Coinbase's European operations under a single regulatory framework and reinforces its leadership in compliance and innovation. And so far as Luxembourg is concerned, guys, it will serve as its Euro crypto hub, and it was chosen for its forward-thinking approach to blockchain technology. And with this move, guys, Coinbase expands secure regulated crypto access to 450 million users, while at the same time urging continued regulatory progress to keep Europe competitive globally. Now, if you do need official information regarding this, guys, it is in the show notes below. So these were the news, guys, on the Bitcoin blockchain cryptocurrency world. Now let's go and look at two news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East, and the University of Dubai, guys, along with Arab Initiative Arabia Research, have launched the first regional Arab Initiative Arabia Research, also called as AAIR, and it is the first of its kind initiative focused on artificial intelligence in academia across the Arab world, and stems from Arab Index for Artificial Intelligence in Universities. Did actually make the announcement at the 5th AI Journalism World Forum. And the university leadership, guys, is led by Dr. Isa Al-Basti, who's the president of the University of Dubai. And this particular research builds an Arab Index for Artificial Intelligence findings that emphasize integrating artificial intelligence into teaching and research. And the core objective is to enhance Arab research and academics' ability to use AI tools in education and research. And it covers undergraduate, postgraduate and advanced research levels, and the focus on embedding AI into curriculum development and academic practices. And Dr. Saeed Al-Dahri, guys, who's the director of Future Studies Center, underscores its research across academic levels, and they're focusing on specialized trainings, and they deliver focused AI training to support data-driven education and research methodologies. And Dr. Muhammad Abdul Zahir highlights training of AI fundamentals tools as well as ethical use, and it includes AI in classrooms, automated grading, and AI-generated project ideas as well. And so far as the AI tools are concerned, guys, there will be 10 AI tools for research writing and publishing, 5 tools for classroom management, and 5 tools for managing student work. And when you talk about the ethical emphasis, guys, it teaches ethical use of AI in educational and research contexts, and it offers Arabic language resources contextualized for local academia, and it aims to create a pan-Arab knowledge-sharing network for artificial intelligence in academia. And it encourages collaboration between universities, research centers and tech institutions. And when you talk about AI thought leadership, guys, it does promote Arab-led innovation in AI and as education. And so far as the academic outcomes is concerned, guys, It is focused on improving AI-integrated research, faster data analysis, smart curriculum designs, and skill development for faculty. And there will also be global practices as they want to encourage use of international standards in academia integration. And when you talk about the training format, guys, there will be 3 rounds per year, 150 participants per cohort, 4-day durations, and 15 hours of practical learning. And there will also be certifications, and accredited certificates will be issued by AIRF, University of Dubai, and partner institutions. And when you talk about the long-term impact, guys, it does prepare a new generation for AI-savvy Arab researchers and educators, isn't it? So definitely promising and interesting news in my honest opinion. And look, as I've been saying this over and over again, when you talk about artificial intelligence, United Arab Emirates and Saudi Arabia are definitely taking leaps and bounds. And the second news, guys, I'm going to be talking about has to do with the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, because he's associated with a project called as Humain, and that is a Saudi Arabia firm, isn't it? And they are launching a new division for gaming and media. So let me go ahead and give out more information regarding this, because new division, guys, is launched by Humain, and they have created something called as Humain Create, and they are focusing on gaming, media as well as advertising. And this particular news, guys, was revealed by the Chief Strategy Officer, and they are collaborating with Luma AI, which is a generative AI startup specializing in photorealistic media content, and the core objective is to develop AI tools for creating high-fidelity images and video for games, marketing, and content production. And when you talk about the ownership and vision, guys, as I mentioned earlier, Humain is owned by Saudi Public Investment Fund, and it does support the Vision 2030 AI leadership agenda as well. And if you talk about the economic impact goal, guys, AI is expected to contribute $135.2 billion, which is 12.4% of GDP to Saudi Arabia's economy by 2030. And look, guys, when you talk about regional leadership, they are aiming to secure a dominant share of $320 billion AI market forecasted for the Middle East. And this massive funding, guys, this particular initiative is backed by public investment funds $925 billion capital, enabling bold AI investment in infrastructure. And they're focusing on specialized artificial intelligence like media production. And this does reflect faster real-world adoption versus generative AI models, isn't it? And so far as the gaming strategy expansion is concerned, guys, it does follow Saudi's $38 billion commitment to gaming and esports development, and they plan to build 250 gaming companies and create 39,000 jobs, and this will be done by 2030. So look, guys, if you look at the domestic market growth, with over 23 million gamers spending over 80 hours per month, Saudi Arabia offers a robust base for AI gaming tools, isn't it? So definitely brilliant news. So these were some newscasts on the Bitcoin, blockchain, cryptocurrency, and artificial intelligence on blockchain DXB. In case if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. Now for the next few minutes is going to be an Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. So let's kick start with the Ask Me Anything series. Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB. You're listening to the Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. I have a question by James who asks, how will the Texas Bitcoin Reserve impact global adoption of Bitcoin by governments? This, to be honest, James, is such a really important question, because look, as much as I hate saying this, the whole idea of creation was Bitcoin was separation of money and the state, isn't it? So there are two ways of looking at it. One way of looking at it, it is great that the governments are actually getting involved in Bitcoin adoption now, but it does defeat the whole purpose of why Bitcoin was created, isn't it? I do believe that there are at least a couple of decades where we might eventually have separation of money in the state. Until then, I do feel that any support given by government is definitely great for the adoption of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Now, Texas governor such that is Greg Abbott, he's always been a massive fan of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, so to be honest, it is not surprising that they have gone ahead and signed this bill. But news suggests this will definitely have a domino effect on other states, and right now there are, I believe, another 7 to 8 bills that is still in the process of being approved, and so far as my understanding is concerned, Texas right now is the third or fourth state in the United States of America that has actually adopted Bitcoin as a strategic reserve, and I'm pretty much sure the next coming months and years, not only in the United States of America but in other countries, we'll be seeing a similar news as well. And as I mentioned earlier as well, James, I really am curious to check if any of the Emirates and United Arab Emirates do actually make a similar move. And more importantly, the announcement is more impactful. And what I did, James, roughly around a month ago, I did actually go live via LinkedIn with the managing partner for On Rampina, and we discussed everything to do with Bitcoin Strategic Reserve. We talked about some of the negatives as well as challenges of having a Bitcoin Strategic Reserve. And right now there's this whole narrative regarding Bitcoin treasury firms as well as in it. So please feel free to go and check it out. But to answer your question, yes, I do feel that other states, not just in the United States of America, but pretty soon we'll be seeing other parts of the world, other countries doing a similar pursuit as well. So definitely an interesting move that Texas has signed this bill into effect, and I'm pretty much sure United Arab Emirates may be making a similar announcement as well. So only time will tell what kind of an impact does it have on the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. But thank you for an interesting question. And that's about all, guys, from the Ask Me Anything Season Blockchain DXB. In case if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating and share the word across. Remember, Monday to Thursdays we have the Blockchain DXB podcast, where we cover top news and information pertaining to the process. We look at top news on the world of Bitcoin cryptocurrencies, and we also look at some macro level news, and then we also look at 2 news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. We talk about the latest technological development, and we talk about any developments taking place even in the world of artificial intelligence. And what you're listening to right now is the Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. So thanks so much for listening, guys, and have a nice one. Bye-bye.